Yeah, go for it.
Welcome to the Bourbon Blend. I'm Courtney, and this amazing person next to me is...
Your husband, Jay?
Jay? Yes.
Hey!
Welcome to the Bourbon Blend, where we're going to peruse a bunch of Old Forester this evening. And what else we got on the agenda? We're going to talk some bourbon news. We're going to have some pictures, of course.
Show and tell.
Show and tell, yes. And everybody's favorite part of the night. Courtney's Corner.
Courtney's Corner.
So once again, a big evening ahead for y'all and the Blender family.
Yeah, we love having the blenders here. And also, Madison is here. I don't have a way to get her...
Say hey.
I don't have a way to get her mic'd up.
Look at the cutie. Oh, she's already 2 major margs in, y'all.
2
Jumbo margs in.
Margaritas. So. That's very exciting.
Yes.
We were very stoked to be at Maggie's birthday dinner tonight.
Oh, okay. Maybe that needs to... Oh, no, it's up on the wall behind you. Just pull it off the wall.
I don't know.
Just pull it off the wall.
We were stoked to be at dinner, a birthday dinner tonight, and we got a little behind.
Yeah.
So sorry about us being a little bit later than normal, and maybe some of our graphics won't be quite...
We got a little party. We had a little pre-party.
Won't be quite as crisp as they usually are.
Well, I mean,
are they usually?
The thousands that are watching are going to be very upset with us this evening.
We got some legends in the chat already. Raven is here. Cousin.
Yes.
Cuzzo from across the street is here. Blake R.
Yes.
Coming in from the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. We had some early risers here too, Jay.
Yeah, because Don Properdickens here.
Yes.
What time of the day is it in Maastricht?
It is very early in the wee hours of the morning there.
OTAG is here. That stands for Orange Taffy Like Anal Goo.
Yes.
Not a statement about him. And also Mike, I'm just telling you.
Hey.
And Mike is here, who's a fan of Courtney. I think he's probably more of a Courtney enthusiast than a Jay enthusiast. But,
anyway. Sorry, y'all. The cat's already at the door. He can't contain himself because we're all in this room. So here he comes. Yep. Fatty McFats is back for his show.
Come on.
He's going to... Anyway.
Let's see. Raven says, is this Matty T's... I got to put this up on the show. My bad. Is this Matty T's first time... There he is.
There he is.
Look how happy he is. Raven says, Matty T's first time on Bourbon Blend camera.
Oh.
He's got your question.
I've peeked before.
I don't know.
Have you?
Anyway.
You've been peeking?
Yes, but she, it's her first time as a BSN graduate.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And she got her diploma with the cum laude on it.
Yes.
Which they didn't give you your tassel at graduation.
No, cord.
Your cord, excuse me.
Your honors cord, yeah.
BS.
Yeah.
Mike wants to know where Maverick is. I hope he's a long way from here because he's just going to rub his dick on the carpet if we bring him in here. So.
Yeah.
We've got Eric G in the house as well. Justin O.
Wow, look at that.
The genius behind 23 Court, a.k.a. the cigar bar here in town. And we're going to be tasting one of his picks shortly.
Fabulous. Looking forward to this.
One of the cool things we get to do on our show is drink delicious bourbons.
Correct.
Sometimes we drink ass bourbons, but tonight we're going to be drinking tasty ones. And we've got 2 Black Label Old Foresters, as you see there in the bottom left of your screen, and 2 Blue Label Old Foresters. Justin O., who was just in the chat there, played a hand in 2 of these. The Montgomery Country Club Old Forester Blue, and of course the PGR cigar, 23 Court. I don't know what the actual name on that.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to having some of that.
He was involved with that as well.
Beverage
and
in our mouth.
J-Dub says we made it.
Nice. Hey, peeps. Yes.
J-Dub, and of course shout out to Linda and Bill if they are with you guys. Bill is my hero. What a badass.
He is a badass.
A very tough individual who's fought through some medical hardship lately and frankly looks like Muhammad Ali right now.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited.
He's knocking it out of the park.
That's a badass.
And there's no doubt about it. Chip says, ass bourbon.
Yay, ass bourbon.
That's
we do have some of that.
Is that better or worse than the bourbon bukake?
The ancient art.
The ancient art goes all the way back to 1985. Let's see. Eric G says he's ready for the old faux showdown.
Yes. Well, whenever anybody asks me about a favorite distillery, I always say Old Forester. And that's just because it's a very consistent product. There's not a whole lot of, you know what you're going to get every time. And you can always find it. That's that is one of the best things about it is you can find the old fine whiskey on your typical shelf. You can usually find the 1920 on your shelf, like some good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what we're going to do tonight, Courtney, I was thinking we could start with the blacks.
Okay.
And
Any particular one?
Can we say the black labels?
let's black labels. And let's start. We're going to
We're
start with
gonna
the High
this one.
Court.
Yes, we are.
Can we get the official name on this? It's the...
You know I don't have my glasses
It
on.
would be my pleasure, Courtney. PGR High Court number 7.
Okay.
So this, you could find this if you're in Montgomery at Cigar Bar downtown, right next to the fountain.
Okay.
And Raven says Nurse Tate.
Yes.
Wait. Here we go.
Are you gonna be Nurse Maddie?
Yeah, Nurse Mad Dog.
Well, what would people call you like if they were in there? Your
Nurse
patient,
Maddie.
your patient,
Maddie.
Nurse Maddie.
Maddie.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go. You ready?
Oh,
that was a good one.
I love it when you
That
flick
was a good one, but it was a little, did kind of sound like a wine bottle though. Wait, I'm going to hear a glug. Go.
Oh, wow.
Look at that glug, man. That sounds tasty. I have to be careful this evening on what I'm putting in my mouth.
Blake
because
says ass bourbon is better than the cheeks for a baseball team called the Orioles this year. Boy, Blake and Caleb, my recruiting writer, who are both Orioles supporters.
rough time.
It is. It's a tough time. By the way, I'm not having a tough time with my team. Oklahoma City Thunder are in the finals.
All right. Well, let's take a little cheers.
Shall we?
Cheers to Bill's health,
Shall
and
we?
we're so proud of you.
Yeah,
Here we
Bill,
go.
Legend. Oh, we got to do the nose. Oh, god dang. Okay. I just kind of got, it was a little strong there on my nose. That's my bad. I was doing a rookie move there.
You're doing the rookie move.
I mean, I put my nose too deep in that
Ooh.
biatch.
That's pretty tasty now.
Why? That has a lovely aromatic nose.
Wow, it's got a nice lingering taste. Like it's just very, I don't know what to say.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, let me get my wheel out here with all my
So,
adjectives on it.
The last time, we already cashed this out, but we got a blue pick from them
This is really good.
some months, maybe a year ago, maybe longer than that. Time gets away from me. And that was very caramelly, like super sweet on the front end, which I like. This is not that way, but it's a satisfying hit too. I'm getting baking spices, like allspice, a little bit of hint of cinnamon. I'm getting a late,
Nutmeg.
no,
Here.
pencil
you can read
shavings. No, I'm not getting that at all. I'm
No
getting a little
pencil
bit of, I'm
shavings.
getting caramel on the end, which on the previous one we got caramel on the front end. This is on the back end.
What about butterscotch?
I fuck with a butterscotch now.
I don't see butterscotch or taste butterscotch.
Oh my god, campfires on here.
Yeah.
A campfire, that's fair. That's a
Campfire will
fair-
get your mom going, promise you.
Yeah,
She
I
loves
love that.
campfires because her boyfriend in high school used to bang her when she was.
What about brown sugar?
We wrote a song about it.
I don't see brown sugar either.
No, I'm getting spice and allspice.
Nutmeg's on here.
I don't know what nutmeg tastes like right away. It's just something you put in eggnog, right?
And you bake with it.
Anyway, if you guys like our description of this one, which I think you should, because I'm going to rate this pretty
This is
high.
really good.
You can
It's really
snatch this bad boy again at Cigar Bar downtown by the
23
fountain.
quart.
At 23 quart. It's right by the fountain. I was there just today, in fact. And
It's some delicious product you
yeah,
brought
it's
home to us.
it's very ornate, and they have the best bourbon selection you're going to find maybe in Central Alabama.
I still have this taste in my mouth. It's still really good. Like it's still lingering. I like that.
He says the PGR on the name honors the proprietor, and the High Court is the group that gets together to pick.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
Very
this
cool.
was their 7th pick.
Nice.
How about that? How many have you picked, Miss Courtney? I'll put it to you this way: you picked a winner when you picked your
I
hubby.
picked a, yeah, knocking it out of the park every day.
That's right. 100 proof. Probably hits a little bit above its weight on that, but it's not super heavy.
No. I can see this kind of almost as a dessert drink.
What kind of a mouthfeel are you getting there, Cordy?
A buttery mouthfeel. I like buttery mouthfeel. is a good
Revenge. She's
one.
got the butter in her mouth this
Yes.
time. It is
Yes.
thickish.
Yes. Oh, Raven has a good question. Nose in a rocks glass versus Glencairn.
I don't think this is
So-
good. I would not choose this. Somebody else.
Okay,
I'm
so
not naming any names, but somebody
I'm
else.
going
that
to
does.
explain to you as to why we have these glasses
I'm gonna
here.
go get you a Glencairn.
No, because he doesn't want to clean out the Glencairns. Because
They're
Glencairns
they're
are difficult to clean.
they're
Use a wallet brush.
They're challenging
Anyway,
to clean properly.
so
I guess some of
just
us aren't
picked-
worried about clean glass, Madison.
I guess some of us aren't worried about. Okay, there's some more comments over here.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
over
see.
here.
Mike says, hold on. Mike says, I put my nose in deep a few times, Commodore. Sometimes it can get away from you if you're not careful. Let's see. Raven says baking spices.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
like almost like gingerbread, but not. Yeah, like gingerbread kind of. But then also says, were you trying to select your bourbon to enjoy watching your Oklahoma City Thunder in the
That's
NBA
right.
Finals?
Yes, but the problem is that he still has to wait now another week.
I know, regardless of what happens in the Pacers game tonight, I should say Pacers-Knicks game, we cheer against the Knicks because we like the Boston Celtics in the East. They're still not going to play till next Thursday, so it's a long time to go without
Yeah, without
our Thunder.
basketball.
And I'm very proud to say that my wife, who's not a big sports person, can name players on the OKC Thunder.
I can too now.
Who you like?
I like Chet.
Chet is a badass.
Chet. I like
I like somebody with the initials JW,
yeah.
so that could be two people.
We got a few of those.
Shay.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, we like
Shay.
him. We
That's
like
it. That's all I got.
we like Isaiah Joe as our outside shooter, although he was driving the other night. We like Kendrick Williams because he's been with us a long time. We like Isaiah Hartenstein.
Oh yeah, that name.
Of course,
Was
J-Dub,
challenging.
J. Will. We like Cason Wallace.
Okay, well that's good.
Anyway, great. Here we go. Justin O., who was there to pick this bad boy.
Oh, there you go.
Says tasting notes on 23 quart PGR. Yeah. Baking spices.
Yeah, very good.
Light notes of nugget.
Nugget.
Nougat, I think he means.
Nougat.
Long, warm finish, lasting hug, good heat. I would agree with all of that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say what kind of nugget.
Clove, I didn't necessarily get. But cinnamon,
on
and,
there.
cinnamon and
Yeah.
nutmeg, I definitely would hit that. This is a good one, man.
It is good.
We got a
It
good
is
one for you
definitely
today.
a long finish. I like that.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
put this as Cigar Bar 100, which is what this is. Let's see what happened here. Feel Like a Stranger says, what time is the Tahad interview? Is it after Denton's mom funnels bourbon? Wow.
Yowzers.
I don't know Becky is a big funneler of bourbon.
No, I don't think many people are funneling bourbon.
Becky's
She likes to sip on the bourbon.
well, her body mass wouldn't lend itself to chugging bourbon, I don't think. Like
Yeah.
out of a funnel.
Yeah, probably not.
It's kind of a, like if it was like, anyway, like Mama June chugs it.
Not bourbon. She
She
chugs
could.
beer. She could.
She also chugs meth.
Oh,
That is true.
Prove me wrong.
I know. She used
Where's your scooter?
where is it?
Let's see. Chip says, would that bourbon pair well with a clove cigarette? Which I have not.
clove cigarette.
I have not
Oh
smelled
my
one of those
gosh.
since college. Man.
Oh man, that reminds me of high school.
I've never heard of
Ugh.
Flash just said, popping in to say hi, all. Much love.
Hey.
We love Feel Like a Stranger, one of our favorites. Appreciate you stopping by, G.
Thank you.
What a legend. One of the bunker legends. Blake says Oklahoma City Thunder are the NBA equivalent to Florida's basketball team this year. All of them athletic big guys that dominate both ends of the floor with elite guards to go along with them. And they're very young,
That's fair.
and they've still got a lot of first-round picks
fair.
ahead. It's going to be a long reign. They may not win all the time, but they're going to be a good team for a long time. I believe that. Cuz just goes at the eyes. I think that was
Chugging
about
beer.
Becky
Chugging bourbon, excuse me.
funneling bourbon. Just, I don't know about that. That seems like a bad idea anywhere to anyone. Feel Like a Stranger just gives it the old, hey, cuz, dead. Justin O says, thank you for the amazing review, y'all. Cheers. By the way, Justin is
Cheers.
getting through a surgery.
Oh, okay.
So we're pulling for him,
Good.
pulling for strength and healing
There you go.
and satisfaction.
Nicely done.
I always pull for satisfaction no matter what
Exactly.
happens. Ravin says, I saw someone funnel a bottle of Crown in Baton Rouge one time.
Of course you have seen a bottle of Crown in Baton Rouge.
That is one place.
They don't know any better.
I would expect that to happen.
All right.
I saw a paper mache dildo going into a tiger's butt. I got mooned by Santa Claus. And I saw the tiger tail on fire. A lot of things have happened there.
In the old Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge.
I feel like a stranger says to Ravin, I also saw someone do it Baton Rouge. Oh, he also saw someone in Baton Rouge do that when he was there. Blake says, what about butt chugging bourbon?
No.
I believe that's...
No, not really interested
They'd
in
probably
that.
try that at University of Tennessee, though.
Not really interested.
Isn't that where they did the
then
Butchug?
the only appropriate bourbon for that would be Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
That would be the only appropriate butt chugging beer. I mean, bourbon.
By the way, I will say the actual butt chugging, which was beer, was Pi Kappa Alpha, my fraternity. It wasn't my chapter, but I think we learned from that, and we've moved on.
I'm sure your nationals learned from it as well.
Now we do dick chugging. It's much more acceptable. Mike says Baton Rouge homies can drink. That is
Yes.
absolutely right. $1
Facts.
to Jamarcus Russell, who loves the purple drink. Otag says that sounds like everyday Baton Rouge activities, Ravin.
True.
That is true. Ravin says, seems like a common thing down here, down there, excuse me. I thought they were doing a live embalming. Today was a good day, Ravin. The words Crestview came out of my lips today, and
In a positive manner.
No, it wasn't in a positive manner, but
Darn, I was hoping.
Ravin, at least earlier in his life, was familiar with Crestview. And all right, we're moving on to the next. Oh my God, I haven't even done the frickin' pages. God
It's
bless,
okay.
man. Okay, here's what we just
Okay.
drank. It was Old Forester, Single Barrel 100 proof. It was a 23 quart / cigar bar pick. Louisville, Kentucky. No age statement. It's believed to be 4 or 5 years old, according to people who know more about it than I do, aka Reddit. And $65-ish in the state of Alabama. If you get the Alabama ABC one, it's a little cheaper. But if you want the good stuff, you're going to pay a little bit more. All right, it's time for your picks on this. Miss Courtney.
I'm going to go with a strong 3.6.
No, you can't do that.
Why can't I? I can do anything I want. I can do what I want.
3.6 puts a lot of pressure on me. I'm going to go 3.5 on this.
Okay.
I consider this a non-complex but really good one. Okay, so this would be for me summertime, or you're hanging out.
This is like a post-dinner one.
I don't think it's
Kind of
that sweet. It's not that
pretty
sweet. I would also advocate drinking this, and this at one time in my life, this would have been perfect. You're hanging out with the huzz, but none of them are particularly hot, so you don't want to make a bad decision, and you want to go ahead and drink a little bit. This would be something good for that. It's a little bit lighter. I think you can manage your buzz a little bit better with it, and that means you're not going to go home with one of the skanky AO pies, which has never happened to me, but it could have happened to me.
I can't.
Had I not been smart about what I was drinking.
I can't.
Before I met Courtney.
I can't.
Obviously. What do you mean? You couldn't
I
go
can't
home with
with
an ale
you.
pie?
No, with you. I can't with you.
Okay. Let's see. Mike says, does butt chugging actually work, or is it an urban legend? I think I'd better just not answer that question. I just think it would be. We were talking about hazing earlier.
That is true. We were talking about hazing earlier.
And these kids think they know hazing. They don't know hazing. I feel like a stranger says, Mike, I bartended some weddings down there in Baton Rouge and saw 70-year-old ladies pound bourbon for hours, and you couldn't even tell if they were drunk.
They've been raised right.
Sounds like our kind of girls right there.
They've been raised right.
They're from Opelousas, and those girls know how to drink.
Yes.
All right, it's time for our next one.
Yes.
Our next pour, which is going to be, we're going to go head to head. It's going to be the 100 proof ABC Selects Spirits pick. So essentially from the ABC, and this will go head to head with what Justin and his friends, his guys,
I believe
picked.
that you were gifted this.
I was gifted that for my recent birthday
Yes.
by Sir Johnny Weatherford. You may know him
Yes.
on the show. He's a good friend of mine, and he may be on the show right now, or he may not be.
I didn't do the pop. That was wrong of me. I'm so sorry, people.
As Gus would say, I was very sad. Christy would have done that. Hey, did you see the anniversary picture that Gus posted on Twitter? Did you see what I said?
No.
I said Christy's still my favorite Malzahn. He's probably like, yeah, I knew that.
He's like,
already.
everybody already knows.
JG didn't like me. He thought I was too nerdy. That's what he told me.
That's true.
That is what I told him. I said, he goes, do you think I'm pretty cool, JG? I said, I do not think you're cool.
It's not nice.
I think you're a nerd.
That's not nice.
I think you're a paranoid nerd, but your wife is really cool. Yeah,
I mean, that's what everybody
is pretty
says
cool.
about you too. So.
No.
Hey.
Hey. I don't know about all that now.
Hi, Kelly.
Let's
get
see. I feel like a stranger has an opinion on the butt chugging. He thinks it is real, but I've never seen anyone do it in person. People take drugs that way, apparently, too. I think Stevie Nicks did that famously.
Oh, my Lord.
Or infamously.
What did she butt chug?
No, she was taking a drug.
What drug?
Cocaine.
That sounds...
I wasn't there. It was a
You
little
just
before
heard?
my time, but...
You just heard from someone?
Yeah, it's from the streets.
The streets been saying.
The street's been saying.
The Huz were saying.
Yes.
Butt chugging probably would work, though.
We've seen it on...
On Jackass.
Jackass.
For sure, but we may have seen that in person with the Pi Kappa Alpha Kappa chapter.
I don't even know. There's so many
1991
crazy stuff.
was before I met you. Okay, so we're going to go back to this ABC and we're going to compare this to the 100 proof that we just drank and see what the differences are. Now, this nose is a lot different to me. I smell
is.
like maple syrup on this nose. I just smell maple syrup and maybe a little bit of bacon. Oh, hell yeah.
I don't smell no bacon. What else can be from syrup, Maddie? Syrup. Maple.
Butterscotch, marshmallow,
I'll fuck with a butterscotch now.
honey,
Oh, honey.
brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Interestingly, this is not a sweet drink. It has a sweet nose, but it's not a sweet drink.
Sweet smoke. Oh,
Wow. You sneak up on you?
No, I drank it as I was breathing in at the same time. I need another one.
toffee.
Don says butt chugging and cow tipping is bullshit. Baton Rouge dudes holding their booze is not. They can drink and they can travel. Those damn purple yellow flags, they mean business. I don't think anyone's questioning LSU fans' ability to drink. Don. I know you can drink. Mm-hmm. I know that.
All that over there in Holland. Of course it is.
So this has got a lot. This has like I would have said a satisfying spice before. This is almost too much. This is too much.
This
This is lingering. This is lingering for a
It's
while.
lingering. I like it, but I'm not in love with it.
Yeah.
It tastes hotter than 100 proof to me.
What is that spice that's in there?
Nutmeg.
No, it's not nutmeg. Nutmeg.
I would almost call it like musty.
Stop.
It's on here.
I can't believe that.
Musty, astringent, bitter. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, this one's less satisfying to me, honestly.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's good.
I could see somebody being in this in the summertime though, because it kind of gives me images of like grass.
Perfect.
You know,
Okay.
just like you're mowing your lawn, and you kind of got that earthy
Okay.
thing going.
I can see
don't
that.
know. Maybe.
I can see
Am
that.
I going too far down the road here?
No, I think it's fair.
We're still talking about butt chugging. Eric G says, I haven't thought of 2 girls, 1 cup in a long time.
Oh, no.
My man.
Nobody needs to think about that.
My man.
No one needs to think about that. Nope.
Raven says allspice. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's just really strong.
I don't know that I would go with that.
Raven says Old Spice, not so
No.
much. Not so much. This one's less satisfying for me.
Yeah, this the nose on it is not very pleasant in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
I was excited for it after
I didn't
that,
like
but
that.
it doesn't match. I still smell that maple syrup on the tongue, on the nose, and it's not on the tongue at all.
I would say, let me see this real quick.
I don't love it.
No, it's
It's not like terrible.
no.
It's
but
like
I'm gonna go with
I could see that being like really good in an old fashioned. I don't know that. Usually when I say that, that's a mean thing to say, but
okay.
I think it would give you some. It pushed through the flavors that you put in there.
Licorice. Ooh.
I'm not sure that I've eaten enough licorice to know.
That might be licorice. We talked about licorice before.
I know Mr. Pibb and Red Vines equal crazy delicious.
That's right.
What are you thinking on this,
I don't
Courtney?
know. On my grade, I'd probably give it a 3.
Yep, that's exactly what I gave it.
Yeah.
3.0 for Jay and
Yeah.
Courtney.
It's good. It's just not
it's
hitting
solid.
quite as good.
I do think that
as much as I would like.
this would fill a role in the cabinet.
Oh yeah,
It just doesn't hold up next to the one that we
it
just
might
had.
be really good in a cocktail. What? Why are you giving me a dirty look?
I'm not even looking at you. How can I
You're
give you
giving me a
look?
dirty look.
I just talked about this for 30 seconds.
I said I'm good in a cocktail.
You were just
I'm
echoing
just
what I said.
reiterating what you were saying. Jeez.
Thank you.
You're right, Daddy. You're right.
Ooh, I like that. Maddie looks dismayed. Anytime you call me Daddy, she gets mad. Why is that, Madison?
It's gross.
Gross.
Why is that gross?
You're not her daddy.
How do you think you got here? It wasn't a store.
You're not her daddy. Sorry.
Hey, you better watch your B words. All right, there it is. A little old fashioned is here. Dropping down some hundreds.
Like it. Cheers to
Appreciate
you.
that. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We are hanging in there, bro or sis, and having a great time drinking these Old
Yes.
Foresters. The first one was very satisfying. The second one was just okay. Mm-hmm. And that means it's time for us to bounce over to one of the blue Pics, Miss
Yeah,
Courtney.
let's go check
that
those
hopefully
out.
I got loaded. He did get it loaded, thank
Good
goodness.
job. Yay to the intern.
So these are going to be a little different than the ones we just had, even though they are delicious Old Forester. These are going to be barrel strength. Mm-hmm. So your minimum proof on these bad boys is going to be 120. These are actually going to be higher than that.
Yeah.
This is
I'm a
one
little
we
frightened by one.
the low one, the one that we don't have much left in, is what we'll try this time, Courtney.
Yep.
This is a Montgomery Country Club pick that my man Justin O, who was in the chat just a little while ago, he may still be. He picked that with his homie Xavier over there for the Montgomery Country Club, a place that we have set foot in before, but have not been there in a while. We are members of a club here in town, but it's not that one.
On that one.
We're not quite to that level,
No.
but we
We're
like
on the
hanging
third
out.
tier country.
We like hanging out with the folks at the other place anyway.
Anyway.
But I know from memory, if memory serves Miss Courtney, that this was one I really enjoyed
Yes.
back in the day.
So, let's see what this tastes like. Cheers to you, Jay.
Mr. Anderson,
Hey.
Neo, says cheers from mid-Michigan.
Hello.
So stoked to have you here, sir,
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
as we drink some Old Forester
Yes.
tonight. This one, again, we've had this a minute now. Justin
Yeah,
O,
we've
I
had
think
that.
this is when Justin was at the tipping point, maybe, that he did this
I
one.
don't know.
And I remember drinking it and going, holy cow, I don't want to kill this one because
Yes.
I'll never get it back.
Okay, let's see this nose.
Hold on. Eric G
no.
says, Daddy J about to tell Maddie her origin story.
Once upon a time.
There wasn't a stork, Maddie.
There's not much nose on this, even
No.
though it's. What's the proof on this?
Oh, my
128.
Oh, it tastes
Okay,
so
here we
good
go.
on my lips, man. Whew, God, that's good. Oh, that's the smoothest 128 you'll ever drink.
No.
Oh,
Well, it's smoother than that.
oh, okay, in the stratosphere.
Ah.
She talks about the purple top willet, the 10-year purple top willet
It's
that we
right
have.
here. I mean, if we have
Do
to
we have
have
it, actually?
Isn't it down here?
I don't know where you left it. Courtney, Maddie, she stole my bourbon again.
I didn't steal your bourbon. That's my bourbon.
That is your bourbon, actually.
That's my bourbon.
100% true. But anyway,
Yeah, this one's a good one.
yeah, if
A
you're
good-
comparing this to Purple Top 10-year, that's a very fair comparison. I mean, golly, that's absolutely top of the barrel there.
This is good.
And even though I've got Eric blocking it, you may be able to see there, this is from Warehouse K, which is the one of the most coveted
Coveted.
of the warehouses just
That's
because
right.
of where it's at.
Yes.
Man, that is so good, bro. And I know Justin knows how good this bottle is because he helped pick it. And he remembers how crazy everybody was about it.
All right, I taste.
Mr. Anderson says he's sipping on Old Forester Black Label pick from ABC Liquor in Lansing, Michigan,
Oh, okay.
near the Michigan State University campus where the Spartans rule the roost. And I hope it tastes good, bro.
I'm going with some like toffee in this one.
Oh, I could see
I
that.
could see that. Toffee.
God, what a delicious pour. man.
Mocha even maybe. It's a little bit of a coffee tinge to it, I would
Yeah,
say.
just a teeny little bit.
Because
Mocha.
I normally don't like coffee at all.
Can I get over here?
It's good. Yeah,
I would say
you can look
mocha.
at the adjectives as well.
I would say mocha.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah. Caramel, mocha. Mm-hmm. Little marshmallow in there, maybe. Maybe you could call that vanilla extract a little bit. Just delicious, man.
That is yummy.
Man, if they could just make this over and over again and sell
We're
this.
probably going to finish this tonight.
No, we are not.
Yes, we are.
Courtney, you can. I
Why
don't
not?
I don't tell Courtney what to do. I just make suggestions sometimes, and I say I'd rather us not do.
Why?
'Cause then
Leaving this much in a bottle,
It's fine.
it's nasty.
It's
No,
fine.
it's not. It's
No,
nasty.
fine.
It is not appropriate to leave this amount in a bottle.
Nothing going on here is inappropriate.
That is inappropriate.
Maybe you're inappropriate.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to end up drinking that tonight, and you're going to like it.
Tom Black 06 says, "Cheers from the Bourbon Hall crew. Glad to have you here.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you
Thanks
for jumping in, Tom.
Thanks for coming.
Hanging out with us here. We're coming to you
Yes.
live from just outside of Montgomery, Alabama, is where we live, and we are from Kentucky.
Yes.
And so we've been drinking these bourbons
Yes.
since the early night. Well, technically the late 80s, but don't tell my mom and dad. Well, my mom's dead, so she probably knows. But we drank a little bit before we were supposed to, I think.
Maybe. Just
We've been
a little
together
bit.
since 1992, and back in those days we drank Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark
'Cause
was
we were poor.
fancy.
We were
Maker's
poor.
Mark was fancy, though.
We bought one time
It
when I got a
wasn't Kentucky
bonus.
Gentleman.
I got a bonus, and we bought a bottle of Blanton's for like $40, and it was like,
That's a lot of money.
"Ooh, better save
lot
this
of
up for a
money.
special
Yeah.
day."
Yeah.
By the way, I got my hands on a bottle of Blanton's Gold today,
Nice.
which I did not bring up here. We're going to
okay.
work on that on a different day, but we do like Blanton's. I think there was somebody that we were talking to the other day that said that they thought that we were shitting on Blanton's.
He said, "Oh, Bland's, it's the best," and I'm like, Bland's okay. It's not the best in my opinion. Bland's is good. It is a beautiful bottle. Everybody needs to have one of those on their bar, but it's not taste wise. It's not that amazing. It's good. It's a good solid bourbon, but for the price point, I would not be breaking my neck to get it. It's similar to how I feel about Willet. I love having the pot still bottle. I think that's so cool to have on your bar. Once again, not a bourbon I'm going to go to drink on a typical day.
Hey,
What are you after?
Justin O was saying earlier, the rumor is that Peerless Double Oaked is coming to Alabama,
Oh, really?
and I don't remember which one that is. What does it look like?
I know he has a toasted, but
I know we've had it. The toasted
Anyway,
is like our super
Toasted
duper
is
favorite.
amazing.
I just don't see
But
it.
I need to know who else is going to help me finish a bottle tonight. Who out there is going to help me finish a bottle?
Wait, somebody
Yes,
who was
finish a
pulling it?
bottle.
Dawn
Finish a
says,
bottle.
Finish it.
Finish the bottle.
Dawn.
Yes.
Hey, and also Mr. Anderson said he just subbed. Thank you for jumping
Thank
in.
you.
Appreciate
We
that, G.
appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Yes. So
You might be our first Michigan sub.
very possible.
Eric G says Bland says the best bottle, just average juice. I think
Excellent.
I think it's better than average, but it's just not like amazing.
It's good. It's good. But it's a beautiful bottle. It is very cool. And it is what brought bourbon back. So I give props to Buffalo Trace for that.
All right, we're gonna give this. I'm gonna call this the MCC Blue, and I'm ready to make a grade on this.
Okay.
By the way, for those of you who are new to the channel, we grade on a 4 scale. So the best we can give to
Is a 4.
to a bourbon is a 4, and we do that because when we first met, we used to watch this chick on TV called Sue Johansson, and she was a sex talk therapist,
Yes.
and she would rate sex toys.
Yes. And she was
And,
like this little old lady. It wasn't like somebody who was 20 years old doing
Yeah,
this.
she
It
was definitely in her 60s at
Yes,
the time,
and
and
she-
she would rate these toys on a scale of
a
how
hot
many
briquette.
charcoal briquettes.
Yes.
It would be if it was a really good one, it was a 4 charcoal briquettes. That'd be like the Ted Stryker cock and balls with panic button, where you had to reload it every time.
Nice.
She thought that was worth a 4.
Yeah. So what are you grading it, Jay? Or do I have to go first?
You're welcome to go first. That's
3.7.
wow. Here you are with your little percentages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going straight 4.0 on this.
What?
This is an outstanding bottle.
Well,
of
I'm
bourbon.
definitely finishing it tonight.
I love being married to you.
I know you do.
I'm glad that I don't have a wimpy, dainty, soft
That is, none of those are descriptors of your wife.
Wimpy wife. I like
You
my
gotta
women
strong.
strong.
Strong and beefy.
I was gonna say tough, but okay. I think this is an outstanding bottle right here.
That's really tasty.
Really good.
Finishing it off tonight. It's gonna be great in my gullet later. All right.
News about
What
whiskey
else we
says,
got?
just started watching the stream. What did I come into?
That's what you'll say later as well. You'll be like,
Whoa.
wait a minute. I thought
We
we were
have a
just
laugh
talking about
on that.
bourbon here, but no,
We have a laugh on that.
not just bourbon.
That's pretty funny right there.
That's a good one.
And a sausage broker, a.k.a. Gavin from the bunker at my website, auburnsports.com. I should say our website. Says, late to the party. Great to see you guys. Like the shirt, Jay. Cost me
Came
very
from
little
Ross.
money. Ross Dress for Less.
Ross
Dress for Less.
Ross.
From Ross Dress
The
for
name of the
Less.
store is Ross.
It says on the sign, Ross Dress
Says
for Less.
Ross.
Anyway.
Ross dress for less.
Thank you.
You're sleeping elsewhere tonight.
What, in the other bedroom? Yes. You've been doing that to her. I said keep her bedroom. You said turn it into a studio.
You're such a liar.
That's not true.
Wow.
We turned the studio.
This was our daughter's bedroom.
We
and
kicked
she's,
her out of her bedroom and made this the studio.
Well, we do need to say that she's a college graduate now,
She's
so she
23.
doesn't need her bed.
She is 23 years old now. So.
What if I want my room?
Well, sorry about your luck,
Well,
girl.
you're in the guest bedroom. You're in the D Lucky suite.
Yep. All right. So what do we have up next?
Hold on, I got to put
Oh.
the scores on here, Miss Courtney.
Yes, you do.
3.7, which is a very high score for Courtney. I think the highest score you've given is 3.75 to anything.
This is a very good bourbon.
You're a school marm. You won't give them a good perfect grade, but
No,
I will
I haven't had-
slap a 4.0 on this bad boy.
I don't know that I've had a perfect bourbon yet.
That's an outstanding bourbon.
That's very good. But it's going to be great later when I finish it off. All right.
All right, our last new bourbon of the night.
This isn't... Okay.
New to us. It hadn't been opened.
That is true.
So I snatchified this bad boy. We're going to compare the Montgomery... That wasn't me, by the way.
That was you.
Don't.
Okay, anyway.
The one we just drank, the one you're looking at here is the Montgomery Country Club pick. This one right here, I actually picked up a Grub Mart in Auburn, which is a great place to get bourbon, believe it or not. I know it doesn't sound all great. Grub Mart, what the hell? It's a gas station. Well, they got a liquor store on the side, and whoever runs that place cares about bourbon because they have good stuff. Now, this is listed as Young Family 122634 Lot F.
Turn that down.
But this is from Warehouse K, 6th floor, 120. I got the numbers wrong. 129.2 proof on this one.
Ooh-wee. Let's find out if we're going to be on fire.
So let me. Oh, I didn't get them wrong necessarily because when I switch over here, it has the correct numbers. Yes.
Good job, intern.
Here comes. You ready?
Ready to listen to the pop.
Hey, that was a good one.
That's a good pop.
We got a goal.
Maybe we'll get a glug glug too. Hold on. Oh, that's a good glug glug.
Let's see. Don says I finally had Blanton's in my noobness. It was awesome, but it was also way the hell below the hype.
129.2,
That's fair.
y'all.
That's fair.
This is liquid fire.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hype on Blanton's, I think. I mean, because when you look at the Facebook page where the people are at Buffalo Trace, like clamoring to get in the first thing in the morning, and they'll run by Freddie
Yeah,
to get to the fucking
because they don't
Weller.
know no better. They weren't raised right.
You'd think it was this amazing bourbon, and it's good. And like Courtney said, it did kind of bring bourbon back in '84. You know, it's just solid. Eric says Courtney going to be calling Jay Daddy later.
Nah.
It's for you, Maddie. Courtney spelled correctly, by the way.
All right. So we have also identified this evening that Old Forester provides good pops when you're popping that top on these bottles.
I believe Whitney Houston sang a song about it. You give good pop to me, baby. So good. Take this pop of mine.
Cheers.
Onto your back.
Clap. Shh. Okay. 129.2.
All right, what do we got on the nose there, girl?
Oh, that smells like molasses. It smells straight up like molasses.
Sorghum and molasses. I think I smell spaghetti.
You don't. Shut up.
I did get a little whiff of like tomato sauce there, but it's gone now.
Yeah, because that doesn't make no sense.
I know it don't make any sense.
Even though when you go to those tastings in Kentucky, they're like, there's no wrong nose. And I'm like, oh yeah, there is.
We ought to really try that next time where they like really push something. Like, see, like, this smells like Imelda Marcos's large toe. They'd be like, you know, that's the first time I've heard that. I'd be like, yeah, I have a very refined palate. I was born in Kentucky, I hate to tell you. Okay, this is solid.
That's good. Oh, it's got late hit.
It's got a strong nose.
I know. I told you it smells straight up like molasses to me.
Very strong.
It's
Very fragrant.
It's a little astringent though to me when I'm tasting it. It's it is lingering and it's not
Boy, that one has a punch, doesn't it?
that yeah.
Wow. I mean, it is 129 proof, so this ain't no soft
Yeah.
bourbon you're going to sip on the boat.
Yeah,
in July.
This is a heavy hitter.
Wow, this one really slaps. Good golly, man. I'm not going to drink much more of this.
I
Not
know.
because it tastes bad, it's just heavy.
It's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know about that.
I don't even know what he's doing here. I think Justin's sending me some stuff here.
Okay.
I got to see what he sent me here.
Anyway,
Could be good for the show.
this is good. I like
Oh, he
this.
still got himself a bottle. What is this right here is what I want to see. Yeah, I'm just going to pull this over. I want to show this to the show. I don't even know what it is. Justin just sent this over. I was just going to pull this up so you guys could see it. What is that?
Single
Tax
barrel.
paid, not for sale.
Is that their like sampler?
I bet that's like a smaller, like a piece of
Oh, I think this is when they're
when he was
picking it out, right? Yeah.
This is like the actual tester supply or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like the actual little thing that they were doing of the bottle that we just drank, it was the one I gave a 4.02 a minute ago. Thanks for that, Justin.
That's cool.
Appreciate that, Jim. Yeah, so this reminds me a little bit of the second Black Label one that we had, where it had a lot of that spice.
It's better now after I had a little hit of water with it.
What a great idea! Do you have a little bit for your
No,
daddy?
I'm saying I'm
Just a-
hydrating.
just
No,
a-
I'm just hydrating.
Oh,
I thought it would come out a little more slowly than that.
But I was just talking about hydrating in general.
I like that a
It's
lot
little
better with a little bit of water on that bad boy.
I mean, when it gets that hot,
This is not a bad bourbon at all. And by the way, I bought this maybe a month ago at Grub Mart in downtown Auburn. I guarantee they still have some because they had case upon case upon case of this bad boy. If you wanted to pick that bad boy up, I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 3.25, but I want to hedge that and say if you put a little bit of water in it, I think that'd get me to a 3.5 on that.
maybe we need to get one of those little.
Fuck, man, that's got a long hug, though.
Yeah, it's still
It's
kicking
still
it.
kicking for me.
Still kicking it. I'm going with a 3.0. I'm not pleased with it.
Boy, you thought it was even with the ABC 100 earlier, which wasn't very good.
I just, I'm not.
Let me have
I'm not hitting
I
it.
want to try just one more sip of that bitch.
Then
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some water on it.
Okay.
Like properly, you know?
See how that hits.
Yeah, Justin adds in the chat that picture that I just put up was from when they picked it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is, again, that's the MCC version. Let's see if I can manage to get a little bit of water in here without making a complete ass out of this. 1, 2, 3.
So proud of you.
That's what we'll do, Miss Courtney.
He can count. He's the count.
I have a college degree from Transylvania. I don't know, I feel kind of like Tanner doing that. Tanner from Love on the Spectrum. Do you like crickets? I like crickets too. Do you like bears? I like bears too. Do you like riding horses? I don't like riding horses.
Man, you gotta be careful on that one. I mean, I know that all of those last two are high proofers, but that
tastes a lot better with a
one,
little bit of water in it, honestly.
those are hot.
Ravin says, does Grub Mart still have the same sign with the hobo on it?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer to that, Ravin. I just haven't really paid attention to it. Like when I go in there, it's kind of, I'm focused. I can't wait to get in there and see what they've got. And by the way, that's the place where I bought the old Ezra 7 for, what was it, $29 a bottle?
Whew,
These
that
days
was
it's like
hot.
$85.
And I mean, I enjoy my bourbon neat, and I like a little hug, but that's a lingering hug. That's a spicy hug.
I'm bumping mine up to 3.5
No, not me.
but you just got to put water in it.
Okay. No, I'm just not there. No.
I know you
I'm gonna go back to this guy that you don't want me to have.
Please. Oh my God. Why?
Really?
I mean, if you want to.
Okay, I want to.
But I don't agree with what you're doing.
Why?
Because we don't have enough of it.
Jay, we have enough bourbon in this house to last us. We figured this out during COVID that we were going to be just fine during COVID for a long ass time, and now
COVID.
Yes,
that was 5 years ago.
Exactly,
We've
and we've been adding. No, we've been adding bottles since as well. Now this one is really good.
Real Deal jumps in to say, "What up, yo? We love Real Deal."
Cheers, Deal.
Whose family continues to grow.
Yes.
Him and Mrs. Real Deal have a whole
bunch of kiddos.
Kid. I was gonna say
Kiddos.
a brood,
A gaggle.
of Real Deals. Let's see. Eric G says, "I literally just got a text from a buddy to come over tomorrow to pick an OFO barrel for one of our local stores. Will be my first time doing an OFO pick."
Very nice. That's awesome.
You're in a chat with a guy, and Justin that's done this a time or two, so
yeah,
he can give you some of those.
We've done it for Maker's Mark.
Oh yes, that's correct.
It wasn't just us. I mean, most times it's not just us.
I feel like we won a national title with that, or state title with that, because we helped pick the Montgomery one, and then when we went to the state one, it won as best pick of the state.
Yeah.
So we're basically champions.
Yep.
I mean, that's just, we know this.
That's right. These are just the facts.
So what's funny to me is you say this 129 is like ridiculously hot. It's like lava. You might as well be in Chernobyl.
That's not what I said.
Under the sarcophagus. And then the other one, it's just 128. You're like, I like this one. Like the slimmest of margins, you know?
But it doesn't have to do with the proof. It has to do with what staves you decide to stick in there.
And Ravin says, is it almost a Kentucky grope? Is this about how many kids Real Deal has?
I'm not sure.
Or is it about, did I grab her side boob earlier or something?
Thanks for distinguishing side boob.
I don't want to say that I went straight in. God. Hey,
I'm gonna be like, what is it, Mark Hahn's wife who pushed him in the face?
Oh yeah, Macron.
Macron.
He said they were just wrestling.
They were just
fucking around.
I'm gonna put my hand in your face.
I just realized that your shirt matches your hazel green eyes.
Well, isn't that amazing?
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes, definitely. Moving on. So out of these, which is your fave?
The one you're cashing out right now.
Good.
And then this one, and then the Black Label from Cigar Bar. All three of those are really good, and the ABC Black Label was just so-so.
I mean, we can just open this up instead if you like. I mean, we were talking about Old Forester.
No, let's not do that.
You don't want to?
We have one downstairs that's open.
Shit.
Party foul.
We have one downstairs.
Yeah, I'm just teasing.
You want to sip on it?
No, I don't.
Not that one, but like we have another one downstairs.
No.
Why don't you send Maddie down there to get it?
To get what?
The birthday bourbon.
Go down there and get that birthday
There's some
bourbon.
over there.
We can't open
That's
that.
not open. Oh, you can get them downstairs, girl. You get you. That's what you get. That's the penance you pay for kicking your own wallet over.
Oh, hey.
You can just walk through. It's okay.
Go. Say hey.
Hey, Mads. Bye, Mads.
It's on the bar.
On the bar. Like on the... You know what it looks like, right?
Okay.
Wow, we're going to have that tonight?
Yeah.
This is a big night, man. Wow.
Night.
It's exciting.
I mean, we were talking about Old Forester. Why not kick out the big bucks?
You're in a very permissive attitude tonight. That's a good thing. Let's see.
Still have to work tomorrow.
Let's go ahead and bounce over to our top grades.
Okay.
Tonight, I guess we would have added one then because the Cigar Bar 100, the MCC Blue would have been higher.
Is that right?
The Cigar Bar 100 would have made it on here too. So, but anyway, coming into tonight, these were our top rateds that we have done, I guess since our reboot. After my mom died and we had to change locations because we lost all of our records from the old house. Thanks, Samir.
I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Whatever that guy's name was.
Yes.
Oh, Maddie's back. She's back.
With a pug.
Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have our video on here. What the hell?
That's okay. We all right.
There we go. Sorry, guys.
We're all good. Thanks, Mads.
I didn't have a chance to put things together too much before the show tonight. All right, so is this exactly the same one as that
Nope.
one? No, it's not. That's a gold top.
This is a birthday bourbon, 10-year. It says I'm not sure which year this was that we actually got it though.
Interesting.
Say it on there.
I don't know.
No, if it does or not.
2020.
2020. Okay. Hey, it's a good year. Not. Nobody says that. Nobody says 2020 was a good year. Like nobody. Oh, God bless you.
All right, so this is going to be 98 proof birthday bourbon, 2020. This is a 10-year. Oh, Daryl. Look at this guy. What a badass. I bet that's my guy Daryl, who's over in the, I don't want to say what state he's in, but he's probably north of Texas. In an area that I have probably been in before.
Oh, yes, you're correct. Yes.
Not too much, Courtney. Even though that is... Even though that...
What's he doing?
Mavi, what do you... Don't rub your dick on the carpet, please.
That's what he does all the time.
This is
All
a bonus pour tonight.
It is. Since we're having some old faux, we're going to have some birthday bourbon to tap it off with here.
Tap it off?
Tap it off. 2020? No, tap it off. We tapping this shit and taking it. I'm just teasing.
Okay. Let's see. No, smells like success.
Smells expensive. Smells like cashmere.
I actually smell like a nuttiness on this. But to be fair, my nose is getting stopped up.
Yeah. I smell caviar and cashmere. Mm-hmm. Birkins. Leather.
Daryl comes in to say, what's up, guys? A little late, but you know I'm here. Glad to have you, bro. Hope you were successful tonight. Making a little bit extra cash. Doing your thing. This is kind of muted. I haven't drank this in a long time.
I haven't had this in a long time.
Again, 98 proof, so...
It's hard to go from 129 proof to 98 and have an equal variance. Oh, there's Maverick. Say hey.
There's our chunky pug.
Look at the pug. Bye, Mav.
Let's see. Real Deal says JG would smell some nut.
Of course he would.
Give me that nut. Give me that nut. I like Easy E, man. What can I say?
I think this is good, but it's hard to take after having my palate burned.
Justin O, who knows his birthday bourbon, says 2020 was the best release in his opinion. 2024 was amazing too.
Well,
at one time, we had more birthday bourbon on our street than the state of Oklahoma had.
that is true.
Yeah. Because we had 2 bottles, and Cousin Becky had 2 bottles, 1 each. So we had 4 between us. And that was more than
that was just a lucky duck deal there.
I know. We're hoarders, though. Not really. We actually drink the stuff that we have. Runner 24 says, tap it off.
Tap it off. I'm tapping him to take it like a damn shot.
Courtney's going to tap it.
I'm going to tap it. I'm going to tap out in a little bit.
Are you
really? Because this is heavy duty shit we drinking. Heavy.
You better watch your S words there, girl.
Heavy duty.
Rock and roll. Is that a Spinal Tap reference?
Yes.
I love that. You've definitely been drinking. Blake says the pug.
The pug.
He's a legend.
Maverick.
This birthday bourbon, I don't know. It's tough to go from high proof down to low proof like that. So it's probably not fair, like you said. It seems fine to me.
Yeah,
Reminds me of Hancock's Reserve at this point.
It tastes good. I'm just
good.
My palate is probably not. It was probably not best to have the birthday bourbon tonight. To appreciate, yes.
Yes, it's absolutely critical. If we lose that, we're in deep shit.
Well, Maverick's jumping on it.
Well, maybe he needs to not be on the bed.
Aw, look at the Mavy poo. Hi,
Okay.
Kelly.
Let's see.
whole
OTAG
Tate family
says
is
you can
officially
find it every now and then in Florida, but you better be willing to pay above secondary for it.
Yeah.
Some of these, we had to pay secondary for some of these. And then some of them we got at the Old Forester distillery for $160.
Real Deal has a very good question here.
How do you base a good bourbon? Taste or the price? Great question.
So I blend the two, I think. Like, if I'm going to pay secondary, that better taste really freaking good.
That's where you get into trouble, right? Because we used to chase a lot.
Yes, we did.
And we would get a hold of some bottles that were really expensive, Real Deal, and then we were like disappointed in them, and that's a big letdown.
Yeah, because a lot of times those expensive bottles, you can't get a taste in a typical place of them. So you don't know if you like them or not, and then you go out and you splurge all this money on it, and you're kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
It's okay.
God, what's a good example of something like that?
Oh well, the butthole bourbon that we had.
Oh yeah, that was not cheap.
That was not cheap. It was like $160 maybe.
Yeah, it was from that place in.
Oh, literally we have dubbed it the butthole bourbon because it was awful. We both hated it.
It was from wherever they used to make the Saturns up there.
Yeah, Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Spring Hill, Tennessee. Yeah.
Yes, and it was but what was it? It was the barrel. It was a barrel store pick, and it was.
I know. I think we lost it in the move.
No, I think I literally poured it out, and hopefully, I did that like the last day because it probably would have rotted the pipes in that house.
Don't you need to add your new one?
So,
Clean your pipes.
Right
Yeah, I can't add it right now. Daryl says, "How do you join an episode?" Courtney asking for a friend. What is that?
oh, I think. Do you mean like?
What does that mean?
I'm not sure because you're chatting, so you should be good.
Does he mean like be a panelist like Maddie is right now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Dale, you're going to be a little more specific. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay.
Don P, last name redacted, says, with me, when I get that buzz going, they all taste good. When is your most subjective moment?
Oh.
September.
Second drink for me, your most subjective moment. Wouldn't it be your most objective moment?
Well,
Because your first pull is going to
so
always
the first
be
pour
rough,
for me
right?
is always rough. I don't care what it is. Whatever bourbon it is, I have to, I guess, kind of cleanse the palate and get it ready, right? Like, because I'm not having Sour Patch Kids. I'm not having chocolate. You're having bourbon. So, like, you have to have a bourbon taste on your tongue already.
I thought I hated bourbon, and then after a couple shots, I was like, this ain't too bad.
Ain't too bad is better than ass.
See, it's in your blood, girl. You're from Kentucky. It's in your blood.
Here we go.
Daryl wants to know how to be a panelist.
Okay, well, you never know. Daryl, we might have contributing factors, contributing sponsors, contributing...
They sell tickets for $5K a pop.
We have a bourbon blend coin that you can purchase.
We do also work with Make-A-Wish.
Is that why I'm here?
No. Just saying we work with. Why you laugh?
A kid's Make-A-Wish just to be on the bourbon blend.
It could happen.
Cheers to you, baby.
It could happen.
Why is he so
Chris Sims says, yes, the
smells
Drano
cat
barrel
food.
aged. Real Deal says, tried Pappy and very disappointing. See, I think that's relative to the price, right? Because Pappy, to me, in my experience, has been very good bourbon. Mm-hmm. We love the old Rip 10 that we used to have. And the reason we don't have it anymore is because we drank it all. Because I thought it was really good. It's just not worth.
I thought it was good, but it's not worth
I'd be willing to pay $150 for it.
$800,000.
I'd be willing to pay $150 for it. Nice limbo job there, man. I'd be willing to pay $150 for it, but they usually go for more like $400 or $500, and that's a little too much. Daryl says only 5,000. Let's go. What's the Venmo?
Yes. Hey, don't you worry. I can get my little what's that thing called? QR code up here.
QR code. All right, so we're gonna move on. I think we're gonna go to.
We gotta do some pictures.
No, I thought we were gonna do.
Oh, we gonna do
bourbon news.
Oh, bourbon news, real quick.
Some of these, because Courtney pretty much just did these, and I threw
Yes.
these things up here.
I had no idea that the Kirkland bourbon, the bourbon that is branded as Kirkland at Costco,
Yeah.
is actually $17.92. I did not know that.
I think literally everyone knew that.
I didn't.
I knew
so,
that.
No, you didn't. Shut up,
See,
Madison.
it says it on the bottle.
Jay, I did not know that. Okay, so y'all can you put breaking there just to be a bitch to me? I got you. Okay, I see you. National Bourbon Week is beginning June 9th, and it is going to be in beautiful Bardstown, Kentucky. This is only the second time they've had this, but hey, if I was anywhere near there, I would be up in that because they are giving free samples.
Oh yes.
Yes, free samples. So I would be up in that all day long.
Yeah.
Woodford has a new expression coming out, which I would be very interested in trying because it has a port finish. I would be very interested in trying that.
Yeah,
but I don't know about $130.
Our last Tawny Port didn't go good.
Yeah, but it's $130. Like that's too much.
Yeah, because Woodford and
If I could taste it somewhere.
I put 130 on there. They actually come in 375 bottles that are 65 each.
Okay,
So
I can do that.
to get a fifth, it's going to be 130.
Okay, I could do that.
But 90 proof, 90 proof. How did I do that?
Yeah.
Fifth.
Fifth, FIF. 90 proof. What are we doing?
Okay, and so yet there's another. This I'm interested in though. We might have to figure out how to get this because I think it would be very cool because I am very snooty about my bourbon.
You mean snotty?
No, snooty.
Snotty?
And I typically do not like bourbons outside of Kentucky.
Of course.
Kentucky made bourbons. So I would be interested in comparing a Kentucky and a Texas bourbon. I would be interested to see, and I would have to do it blind though to see which I'd like.
Taste test for y'all.
I need to do that. Yeah, you can do that with us.
Texas and Kentucky.
Oh, that would be interesting. See how.
One tastes like ass, one tastes like feet, and one tastes like heaven.
But which is ass and which is feet?
I'm not going to
from
talk about it.
Texas or Tennessee?
I'm not going to talk about it. By the way, I don't know how you say this. Is it Milam or Milam?
I think it's Milam.
Milam and green?
Milam and green.
That is...
Yes, that's the chick.
I'll just... Chicks.
Chicks.
My favorite expression there is there a man I could talk to? Because that's a distillery run by women. Mm-hmm. So I got some questions about like how capable are they?
Yeah, like I mean, do they even know?
I'm fucking
Do
with
they
you. Come
even
on,
know
man.
what a bottle of bourbon looks like?
I know they just drink high noons and all that kind of shit. Like the girls that I know.
Shut up! Leave the high noons alone. They have a place and a time.
Daryl says I will be in Kentucky next week. What can I bring you? What about that, Miss
Oh,
Courtney?
Daryl, we're gonna have to figure this out and send you some notes.
Otag says Kirkland bourbon is good and the price is phenomenal.
That is true. The price is very hard to beat. It is still hard for me to look at a bottle and know that it's an off-brand, so to speak, and pick it up for a bottle of
Yeah, I
bourbon.
haven't. That's put me off. But
It's very similar to like I'm not going to buy a generic Coke. It's only going to be a Coke product
you
in my
mean
house.
Chuck Cola?
I'm not buying a Czech Cola. I'm not buying. I don't do even
obviously-
Pepsi. Pepsi blows too.
Obviously, somebody here has not been poor in their life because I've drank Czech Cola before.
Jay, I only had 2 liters in my house when we did
You
get
were
cola.
never poor.
I lived in naval housing.
No.
Maddie,
You haven't lived in naval
Hey,
housing.
Maddie, you know when he was poor?
You lived there for free.
You know where he lived when he was poor?
It was included with the price.
Guess where he lived when he was poor?
What? Bel Air?
Similar.
San Diego?
Yeah, where in San Diego?
On the base?
No.
Next
At,
to Tony Hawk.
at Balboa?
No, where did you live in San Diego the first time you lived there? Across from your Sandpiper School.
Coronado?
Exactly.
Like
Poor
on
baby.
basically Shelter Island?
Yeah,
He
there's
lived
a
on
whole
Coronado
Disney-
Island.
There's a whole Disney World resort named after you.
Yeah.
What's it
no,
called?
Coronado Springs. Yeah. Mm.
Shoot, if it was named after me, it'd be called...
Oh, jeez. Little Dick Safari.
I was going to say Big Johnson.
Sorry. Maybe that 129 proves hitting me.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Blake says Sam's Cola for Courtney.
No, wrong, Blake, wrong.
My man,
I'm
that's exactly
snooty.
right. And Daryl says RC Cola is the old school. Actually, Chip sent me a
Oh.
picture the other day of him drinking some RC Cola,
Yes.
which reminded me of 1986, and he thought it was 1886. Canoe Man
Hey!
is in the house.
Now there is a legend right
He
there.
says you had me at Kirkland, my man.
Yes.
But we also
Yes.
could make that a catch line in a movie.
Yeah.
Could.
You had me.
So excited to do that. All right, so that's our bourbon news of the week. We'll
yes.
also go to some pictures.
Some photos. So we went on a little trip. We were not available last week. So we went on a little trip to Mexico
We did.
to celebrate Madison's graduation from college. So we went with Madison and her steady Eddie named Andrew. Yes.
He says, "Oh shit, Little Johnson." Wow, I think she said "Little Dick." You know, she said
Little Dick Safari.
that is. I'm sorry about the whole surgery.
Oh, whatever. Anyway,
How many times have I
we
got to
got
say
a
I'm
hibachi
sorry?
experience there, didn't we not, Jay, on our trip?
We did, and he said these little chicken skewers. He called them iguana.
He said, "Oh, we got iguana for dinner. Yum 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 yum."
He came in and said, "I don't speak English well. I'm sorry." I was
Yeah,
like-
that's how we started. I love
I was
it.
hoping for an egg roll joke and a train joke,
We
and
didn't
a
get
volcano
those.
joke.
We didn't get those.
Butterfly.
Butterflies, another good one,
We
Maddie.
didn't get
Thank
any
you.
of those.
So anyway, he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I don't
though.
remember his name, but he was a badass.
Yes.
This is not from Mexico. That's our pussy in a box. That's our chunky
That's
cat.
our puss in a box.
He's my pussy in a box.
Yeah.
I call him the Tom Selleck of cats. He's so handsome. He's a
He
sex
is not
symbol.
handsome.
And
He's
his
ugly.
name is Herschel.
I love Hirsch, but he's ugly.
All right, this is early on in our Mexico trip. We had a
This
bottle
is
of
from
Baker's.
this is from the airport to the resort.
Yeah, and the girls, we were just pounding bakers.
Yeah, so in a little private transport, we got that at duty free and the ATL. And so we didn't have cups. We just opened that sucker and went to town.
Let's see. Ravin did say, I don't mind a Shasta Cola from time
Oh,
to time.
Ravin, what's wrong with you?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No Shasta.
My mom used to love Shasta in 77. Ravin says, did he tell you to close your eyes and open your mouth?
Okay, I'm not sure what he's referring to here, but that usually doesn't ever end well for a girl.
Whoa.
This is one of Courtney's pictures.
So
She
this
said we
is
had to
from
have...
our room. Isn't it beautiful? It's nice and serene. And we went to a adults-only resort, so no little shits running around screaming at us. It was very nice and peaceful. Lots of beverage.
Well, there's
Great
a lot
time.
of beverage, yeah. Otex says, damn, it's been a minute since I've had hibachi, making me hungry.
Hungry.
Well, this guy would definitely make you some hibachi, bro.
Yeah, he make you some iguana.
The shit was good. I didn't get my jokes, and so I
I
felt
know.
cheated. Let's see what the next picture here is.
Oh, there's an iguana. That's what we had for dinner. There's iguana in the morning, and then Jay had iguana in the evening on
That's
the grill.
true. I like the iguanas. They're
Yeah.
very sacrosanct.
What did you just say?
Well, they don't really...
What was that word?
Sacrosanct.
I've never heard that word in my life.
I feel like I've heard it.
I've never heard that
Get
word in my
educated.
life. No, I'm not educated. I don't
But
know
I
what
call
that
these
is.
lagartos. You call them iguanas.
Iguana?
I think it's 6 of one, 6 dozen of the other. But,
That is not the expression.
anyway,
but we'll
those
just
guys
go
are
with it.
always hanging out, and they seem pretty chill and docile to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Madison, one of them tried to come up and get involved in your lunch, and you were
I'm
like,
good.
So there was a drunk guy on all fours on the grass near this guy, like crawling up to him with a piece of fruit in his hand. I was like, dude, you're gonna lose a finger.
is this true?
Like, yes. I was
What-
like, you
is
are
this
really
at Las
freaking
Olas, or
stupid.
where was this?
No, it's like right here.
On the way to the circus.
Yeah, I'm like, he's like crawling on.
God, what
I'm
a
like, you are
dumbass.
so stupid. I don't know how drunk you are, but somebody needs to get you.
That's the pool bar right there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit closer.
Important
Where am
stuff.
I?
I think this is first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
So
I was there before you.
Yeah, you probably around the corner on the right.
where's Maddie Margs?
Zoom in. I'm probably on the
I
right.
can't zoom in anymore. This is the picture she gave me.
So yes, pool bar, very important spot. Made plenty of use of it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
I wear a captain's hat when I'm in the pool, and I like to use my loud wrestler voice. I was like, "Come here, big boy!" And so we would do these blue ball shots, and I would say, "Dicks out for the blue balls, boys!" And then everybody would do blue ball shots. Maddie, you were there. You know I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a picture that Courtney
That's
sent
in
me.
the sports bars. Shortly after we got there, we had to go in and get a beverage and watch. What do we have to watch?
Thunder.
Yes.
We watched the Thunder
watch
play,
the
and
Thunder.
that guy sitting over there was not very cool.
No, he was.
His wife hates him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hates him.
Oh, I was talking about this on the show, like maybe a week or two ago before this, but I said how much I love
Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa Krispies, and here they had them in Mexico for breakfast, so I had to get them, right? I had to break them out. And yes, I did slurp up my chocolate milk at the end. It was delicious.
I love it when you slurp.
Yep.
What does
Amazing.
para snacker mean? Does it mean for your snacking pleasure?
This is for snacks.
It's for snacks.
It says it has excessive calories.
Except
I
for
will-
sugar too.
I will tell you this because in Mexico they don't fuck around with their warnings on it. They,
No.
yes,
I have a picture.
yeah, like
it says
their
like
warnings.
cigarettes will kill you.
No, it says something about like cigarettes will your sperm die or something on the package. I was like, damn. They want to make sure that they get their point across.
Blake says, awesome cat. At our picture of our cat earlier says, I missed my little buddy just a couple of short months ago.
Yes, it's hard
Sorry
when
about
they
that, Blake,
pass, man. That really sucks.
Kanuman says, look at that urine river.
He's talking about a rape pissing.
Of course. I mean, it even smells like urine once you get to 4 o'clock. Ravin says, I would have been having Jay throw me beers as I float by in the lazy river.
True.
If Ravin comes,
The
he's
dog?
probably scratching.
The dog.
If Ravin and Mrs.
Mrs.
Ravin and his wife want to come hang, I will throw beers to him and her
Yes, for sure.
at his pleasure. or
Yeah,
her
we're going
pleasure,
back
or
to
whatever.
Mexico in a few weeks, so.
Chip says iguanas are ZFG.
Zero
That guy,
Thanksgiving.
that
Yeah,
guy
I
would be
understand. Where is this?
that iguana. Well, that's not even one of the big guys. That's kind of like a
That's a-
juvenile.
Yeah, that's a middle class.
They are literally dinosaurs. But
Chris says when it gets really cold in Florida, the iguanas freeze up and fall out of the
I've heard
trees.
that.
Holy cow!
I've heard that down in Miami.
Ben says, "Look at those claws, man! You have these big claws.
The talons.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just gonna pat the bunny around? You got these big claws, man." Mm-hmm. I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie that we're all hoping pulls it through. I want you to be the guy in the R-rated movie, man. You're not sure where he's coming from. You know what that's from? It's from Swingers. Blake says, I'm not into hibachi much anymore. I stick to ramen, sushi, or udon anymore. Still like some hibachi, though. Udon. Thank you, man. Look at the warning labels, LOL.
Yes.
Maddie, it's hard for me to pick these up.
Drop it.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yes, this is amazing. Cause like I said, there's zero fucks given about their warnings here. Damage the sperm and decreases fertility. Smoking seriously harms you and others around you. Smoking kills. It says you can get these 3 cartons, but you're gonna know what you're getting. You know you're gonna
600 cigarettes.
Oh
my God.
Jesus.
$111, y'all.
And Kanuman says, dozens of us.
Yes.
Dozens.
Dozens.
The dirty dozens. We love you
Yes.
guys. Let's see. Do we have more pictures? Let's see. We've already seen that one. We've already seen that one. We've already seen that one. Oh, we're just right back to where we were. Maddie and then Maddie Skibbity.
Skibbity.
We love those. We also love that one. I looked a little
Yes.
hard.
Someone left me on the floor at the
I had to move it out. There's Courtney and her breadsticks.
Skibbity Courtney.
Skibbity Courtney.
You know, it is early for breadsticks in our show.
And of course,
Jay.
there's me enjoying some breadsticks.
Yes. Hey, Jay.
And Chris says, tax-free tumors in a box.
Yes, exactly.
It's my tumor in a box. Okay, it's time for our favorite.
Oh, wait, I gotta turn this up.
We need a song.
All right, we're ready for the song. It's almost
We're
time.
all ready. It's almost time. Everybody's
Here it
been
comes.
waiting.
It's a banger.
Streets or shoes and faded jeans in Courtney's corner. We were kings. The bourbon flows and the laughter's loud. We embody so proud.
Bow, 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 bow. Yes, man, that is a classic.
It is time for Courtney's Cornir.
You know, Jay, somebody's gonna steal that and try to make a lot of money off
I
of
know
it.
it's a $1 billion
Yes.
song. I think Courtney's Cornir.
Mm-hmm.
Best stand-up comedian is what Courtney put. I
Yes.
put comic because I ran out of room.
Yes, so best stand-up comics. So these are some goodies, some oldies from back in the day. There's a couple of, we strongly disagree on some of these.
Yeah, we do.
So George Carlin, we saw him
I like
live
him.
in Kentucky. He is just amazing. That is the first, like, I couldn't believe the 7 words you can never say on television, which I still remember. Shit, piss, fuck. No, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. Now you can say probably. You can no, but
Maddie,
now you
it's
could
70s
probably
humor.
say half of those on the air and it not be a big deal.
It's 70s humor, guys. Come on.
But he was good. I really enjoyed him growing up. It was a lot of fun listening to him, and then seeing him in person was awesome.
No doubt.
Dave Chappelle, I mean, he's pretty classic, right?
No, he's great.
He's amazing. Wish we could see him more often these days, but he's
What happened to him?
made choices not to participate much in
No, he's just rich.
He's just rich, and he doesn't want to necessarily do it as much anymore, but he's really, really funny. Amy Schumer is one of my favorites that I have just adored for years. I think that she is great. She is funny. She's near my age and gives off the overweight white girl.
She has a condition.
No, she's always been that way, though. She's always made fun of being a bigger girl. I think it's fun. Chris Rock used to make me laugh so hard I would pee.
He's really funny.
Like, I would, yes. And then Eddie Murphy, all I can think of is, what's it called? Delirious?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. In that leather suit, he was so funny.
Somebody
in
stole
that.
your battery.
Yes. That was, he talks about the hamburgers that his mama made him. And that was exactly how my mom made hamburgers. It was so disgusting. Yes, it's amazing. So those are just some good, funny ones from back in the day.
We saw George Carlin together, and he's amazing.
Yes.
He would be really clutch to have now. I think.
Yeah.
For me, Sam Kinnison's far and away number one. I've been to his grave twice. He's buried in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I like the way he used to tell his jokes. Just Maddie, stop trying to get the cat to fight with you. The way he tell his jokes is the way my head works. It's what it sounds like in my head, and I really miss him. He died in a car accident in 1992, I think it was, out in Needles, California, and I miss him every day. Andrew Dice Clay. Courtney hates him.
I hated him.
Hey, come here.
He's so disgusting.
He is pretty disgusting, but I love him.
He's just foul, man.
I think he's really funny.
No, he's
Richard
foul.
Pryor's the GOAT. I don't know, Hall of Famer, Mount Rushmore. Really
That's
just
respect.
profane and hilarious and just the absolute stud. Dave Chappelle to me is like Richard Pryor, whatever, 2.0 or 3.0, if you consider Eddie Murphy 2.0. Like,
We still watch the Chappelle show.
I mean, Chappelle's show is still relevant now.
Yes.
It's been 20-something years. Like, I don't necessarily love his stand-up because it's not like jokes anymore. It's like a narrative thing, like he did on this last Netflix, The Bird Revelation, which is absolutely brilliant. One of my all-time favorite stand-ups, but it's not really funny.
Yeah.
It's more just like narrative. And then Chelsea Handler, something about her I just think is so funny. It's like her biting sarcasm.
I think it's her like blunt affect about when she tells her jokes, like she says it, and it's just, you're like, am I supposed to laugh or am I not supposed to laugh? She's pretty damn good.
We've got a lot
We got some comments here,
here. Let's see. Don says Norm. Talk about Norm Macdonald, who is absolutely hysterical. But I'm not sure that I've seen him as a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
I've seen him tell stories on Stern, and I've cried when he told the story about Bob Euchre and the lead singer of Creedence Clearwater Revival, whose name escapes me now. Anyway, he was like, hey, this guy's a fucking rock star, man. Like, yeah, we know, man. We know Creedence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know them. Norm Macdonald's hilarious. I just don't really think of him as a stand-up guy.
Eddie Murphy.
Norman
Why are
says,
we heard
Eddie
about
Murphy,
him?
come on. Like,
Why are you heard about it?
I know
Eddie
Norman's old
Murphy.
enough to know that Eddie Murphy was a stand-up at one time.
I mean, he's great.
Let's see. Chris says Courtney gets all the points. Jay loses for including Eddie Murphy,
have
but
Eddie
then you
Murphy.
lose him for Amy Schumer.
Hey, you notice the only people that hate Amy Schumer are men?
I like Amy Schumer.
Oh.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I will say this about the Amy Schumer crowd: the girls that go to an Amy Schumer concert
Yeah.
is like whatever demographic that is. That's the one for me. Because like,
When we went to one,
Holy shit.
Jay was nice enough to go with me to one about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was
just like-
it was good. The comedy was good, but the Jay enjoyed the he enjoyed the voyeurism of the crowd.
I just thought, like,
Voyeurism is a nasty word.
No, it's just he
it
yeah.
was just my kind of girls, like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Like it was just a bunch of baller ass, like pissed off, vaguely middle class, like wearing tree torns and shit. Like just
Look, we got another man in the chat that says no to Amy Schumer.
hold on, we're gonna work our way there. Blake
Revenge,
says-
I'm gonna beat you up.
Blake says yes, Sam Kinison too. Of course, Sam Kinison's the genius, and I'm glad to hear that you like him, Blake. Tim the Tool Man, what's up, G?
Hey.
I didn't know you were here. I'm glad to have you. Chappelle is top tier. He's hilarious.
so
Raven
funny.
says Amy Schumer, no.
Oh, that's devastating to me. Have you ever seen her little sitcom? What was it called?
Inside Amy Schumer?
Yeah, Inside Amy
Which is
Schumer.
basically
that was pretty
called-
funny.
Hey, I like Chappelle's show. Wouldn't it be cool if we did that again?
Well, she was trying, and I thought it hit on several occasions.
Norman says, my lady Amy says Kevin Hart. He's
Okay,
funny
Kevin
as
Hart
hell,
is
too.
funny. He is funny.
Raven says, how is Cat Williams not on this?
I can't stand Cat Williams.
I know Cat Williams. And his shtick, hold on, his shtick on Unk's, on Shannon Sharp's show was hilarious.
Hold on, what
Okay.
do you mean you know him?
I mean, I know who that is.
Oh, okay. You're
But
like, I know
I
him.
don't know
and I'm
of
like,
him as I haven't seen his stand-ups enough, I guess.
I have never been impressed with what I've seen from Cat Williams. That's just me.
Bill Burr doesn't do much for me, except
No.
that when he's in Chappelle's show, we like him.
Yeah.
I forget what it was when he said that about Oprah. It was something about great thighs. Let's see. Kanumas says Dave is incredible. Mm-hmm. He is really good. Tim says no to Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's funny. I like him, but I don't know. I think part of me is he's too little. He's too
That's
short.
the joke.
Also, Kanuman says I'm rich, bitch.
Rich bitch.
Didn't you say that tonight at dinner? And
Yeah.
Aunt Kathy had not heard that before, Maddie?
No, Maddie said, I'm a rich bitch. I'm going to be
She
a rich
thought that
bitch.
was so funny. I was like, oh, I thought it was kind of cringy, but whatever.
Yes.
She didn't get the joke, I guess. Daryl says, let's go with the Lonely Island Boys.
I've never heard of those.
They sing the
Lonely
song. They
Island
sing
Boys.
I'm on a boat. They're the guys that sing I'm on a boat.
Oh, from Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Oh.
Artfully Bourbon says Eddie Murphy's definitely Mount Rushmore. I mean, yeah, I think so. Because Richard
Don't make
Pryor
fun
and,
of
and
Eddie
he,
Murphy.
he brings in Eddie Murphy,
Yes.
and like, yeah, you know, here's the thing. I want to say something really quick about Eddie Murphy. Okay, I think he's hilarious, and I'm mad at myself because I thought he was a standoffish prick, and I was mad at him for the longest time and refused to acknowledge how awesome he was, even though he was great in the '80s. Now then, he did Comedians in Cars with Coffee with Seinfeld, and Seinfeld kind of was pushing on him about it, like, hey man, you seem like a standoffish prick. Tell me about it. And he goes, when I was coming up as a comedian, I tried to look up to the other guys that were ahead of me, specifically Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. And he said, those guys were not cool to me. They were fucking dicks to me, especially Bill Cosby. And I was like, dude, when you're coming up, man, you've got to have those guys have got to be cool to you. Like, when I'm coming up as a sports writer, fucking John Clay from the Lexington Herald Leader, Chuck Culpepper from the Lexington Herald Leader, who's now with the Washington Post, they were great to me.
Yeah.
And if those guys had been dicks to me, I might have just quit.
Yeah.
And I bet Eddie Murphy felt the same way. And so now I like Eddie Murphy because he had to come through some shit. I mean, come on, man.
We're going to watch some Eddie Murphy.
You're going to be a black comedian in like 1980, and you're going to look up to Bill Cosby, who's breaking ground in that area, and he's going to be a dick to you about it?
Well, we know why
That's
he's
tough,
being a
man.
dick
That
because
is
he
really
had other
tough.
issues going
Yeah,
on.
because he hadn't banged enough chicks that night
Yeah,
with his
as
fucking
20-year-old, yeah, he hadn't
Prick.
roofied enough people.
Don says it's a Hall of Fame type list. You'll need the basics. Gallagher, nope.
This is not what I said.
Bobcat, get the frick out of here.
I did not say
He's
this.
teasing. He's teasing. Carrot
no
Top.
way. There's no way.
Adam Sandler's he's a genius.
He's okay.
but I don't think he's a great stand-up.
These are my favorite stand-up.
But he's
comics,
rich.
So I'm not saying that they're Hall of Famers in
Adam
general.
Sandler's richer than any of those people.
Yeah, I think he's made a ton
Yeah,
of money.
he has. I think he's smart about his.
Ravin says, not sure that he's a great at stand-up, but Theo Vaughn has me laughing at work every
He
day.
is so funny. I don't like him that
I don't know
much.
who he is.
Tim Tillman says, Charlie Murphy was the funniest, unintentionally funny person. Brought to greatness by Chappelle's Show,
Chappelle Show,
and has
yeah.
since passed away, unfortunately. Let's see. Newman says, cannot believe Nate is not on anyone's list.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not sure who he's talking about.
Nate who?
Nate, who's Nate? Nate Oates?
know.
Because he didn't strike me as funny at all.
I don't know who it is. Nate. Oh, is that Nate Buzz? I don't know what the guy's name is.
Don says comedy has a way of obsoleting old comedy just like music. I love the old comics, but they ain't as funny as the new guys, i.e. Bill Burr, Shane Gillis.
See,
But Bill Burr's
don't
not even
know.
that new. Like, come on, he's like our age.
I don't know
Shane
about.
Gillis is younger for sure.
I don't know about that.
Louis C.K., I mean, like,
No, I never liked him.
I'm not even mad about the cancel part of it. I
No.
just didn't think he was that
I
funny.
didn't think he was funny.
I didn't.
It didn't hit.
Blake says she was penetrated
Whoa.
by John Cena filming their movie. Amy Schumer.
Oh.
She said that she was banging some hockey player back in the day.
I don't know.
I'd like to know who that was.
I don't know.
Chris M also notes that Lonely Island Boys wrote The Dick in a Box, which is a great
Yes. That's a good one.
song. Don says it would have to be Chappelle if I have to crown someone number one funniest.
I
But how much of that is the show? That's the question I have.
That's true.
He's a great stand-up guy, but as far as GOAT, it's the show, right? And if it's the show, you got to give Neil Brennan credit because he's the co-creator and co-writer of that show.
So I saw something not long ago about Dave Chappelle, and that was that he got his first, I guess, break, so to speak. He was on Star Search back in the day
You showed
with
me that,
Ed
McMahon,
yeah. So he's on there, and he's 19 years old on that show, and that was pretty cool. I hadn't seen that before, and I was like, that's pretty ballsy. Like 19 years old to go up on stage at Star Search. Back in the day, Star Search was the shit. Like,
It was probably 88, 89.
that's really cool.
when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Runner 24 says Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and Bill Burr. Got some winners there, man. I mean, I think we all agree Eddie Murphy's pretty damn good. Tim says, saw that episode, surprised the shit out of me, Jay, about Eddie Murphy. I'm glad you saw that, Tim, because I don't feel like anyone's ever. I've never heard anybody mention it. People don't talk about it. Like that really changed my view of Eddie Murphy. When you, I mean, come on, man. Dude, and I loved. Oh my God, I love Bill Cosby so much.
I know. Well, we all did. That was that age back in the day.
We didn't know he was a creep, man. We
Nobody
didn't
knew
know
he was a
that.
creep.
So you can't say that.
I know, but like,
Well, that's like how I feel about Michael Jackson. How am I supposed to feel about him?
He was not found guilty.
Maddie.
Michael Jackson.
He wasn't.
It's because he died while he was being accused.
Okay, well, he wasn't.
Michael Jackson is guilty as hell.
really
Everybody
is.
knows he
was
is.
proven in a court of law.
Yeah, true, but
Chris says Nate Bargatze.
yeah, I was right. I
I
was
don't know
right.
that. I don't know that guy. Knuman says top selling comedian. So I would be interested in hearing what he has to say.
Okay, we might have to check that out.
I mean, I
take
guess
some
we don't-
notes so we know.
We don't get a lot of comedian stuff, I guess, because we've just been watching we're just always watching shit like Righteous Gemstones. We watched the Earnhardt documentary the other day. We watched
Real
I
Housewives.
love Real Housewives. Like we're always doing other stuff.
Yeah, but that's good. We have to check it out.
Daryl is sending out a code blue. My Uber driver is crazy. Help me.
Oh Lord, that's not good.
I got stuck in an Uber one time with a crazy driver with
But wait, isn't he
Colin
in-
Nickel, and he said he would renounce Judaism if they would just get off the fucking car. That was crazy, man.
That wasn't even Uber back in the day.
Don Properdick says, Canoeman, I'm going to binge on Nate B starting tomorrow. I've never heard of him. Same.
I'm
definitely
know
going to
about
watch a
him.
clip of him tomorrow for sure. Eric G says, I saw that Star Search clip a few days ago. It was great for a 5-minute spot.
Yes, he did really well, and
Watch the Ogon.
I'm so
I'm familiar with who that
interested.
is.
I was so interested in it because he's 19, like 19. That's tough to do.
And Mike says, Richard Pryor always before Eddie Murphy, just because he was ahead of the time there, right?
No.
Richard Pryor was out there at the time. He was out in rare air. I mean, he was playing blue. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, a lot more chat on this stuff. Tim says there's a lot of celebrities that did piece of shit activity.
That is true. That is true.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. That is fair. Yeah, I was sorry, I getting carried away with that. Chris has watched the SNL episodes that Bargatze hosted. They're pretty good. All right, cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely check that.
Red
Mike says Red Fox before
man.
Richard Pryor.
That is an old school reference right
I was
there.
watching the Sanford and Son the other day, man. Shit's, because it was kind of like stuff you could never get away with these days,
Yeah.
And All in the Family and Sanford and Son had some jokes in there you couldn't get away with. Shoot, SNL. I was watching a sketch in the last month where Chevy Chase says the N-word to Richard Pryor
Oh,
on SNL.
yes.
Like,
And you're like, you
it
can't
was,
say that.
I mean, it was funny at the time, I think Pryor was okay with it just because of the era it was in. But
Wow.
golly, man.
Yowzers.
The
There's a
whole
lot of
thing
things
was
that
like, he called him a
well, just like the Chappelle
shit you
show.
would say
Chappelle
now.
show would never fly these days.
I think it could.
I don't think so. I
think it could.
I don't think so.
But I'm glad it got put on film when it did,
Yes.
Because that's a jewel.
But imagine, like, you couldn't easily have access to this stuff. We're so guilty now that, like, we can, tomorrow, whatever we want to stream, whatever you guys bring up, we can go and see it now. We couldn't do that back in the day.
Don says he was never
Don.
convinced that Cosby was guilty. Nor Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson,
Don,
I
I
can see,
know over in the
because Michael
Netherlands.
Jackson wasn't litigated.
Over in the Netherlands, they have a different set of rules,
I'm
but
not sold on MJ, but I'm
I'm not
sold on
either.
Bill Cosby.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
things that Michael Jackson did were inappropriate. I don't know that it was criminal. Having young boys sleeping in your bed at your home that are not related to you,
Was that true though?
that is 100%
Oh,
true.
that definitely happened.
That is 100%
But, I mean, the
true.
parents were on with it.
Parents knew about it.
And maybe they were playing with the monkey or whatever.
His
Not-
monkey,
No,
but
not
no.
his. I'm talking about the actual monkey he had.
But I'm just saying that was definitely
Dude,
inappropriate.
I think Cosby was doing some shady shit, dude. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
of that.
well, yeah. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, he's in the pokey though, right? Isn't he in the
I
pokey?
think
Maddie?
he's either.
Okay. I know he was going to jail.
They were trying to get him out
I
because he's
assume
so
he was
old he
still
can't
in.
see anymore and all this bullshit. Kaduman says, have you heard Dave's bit on that with Michael Jackson? I don't think I have, man.
I don't think I have either.
He's not currently in jail. His sexual assault conviction was overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
When?
2021.
Wow, Bill
21?
Cosby's not in jail. How about that?
Damn.
Tim says, Don, Bill Cosby did that shit, LOL. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too.
He definitely did.
Because, man, he had so much money too.
He was
Usually I
so
get you out of some
influential when you're that.
Yeah, he was such a big deal.
I don't get it. I'm 23 and I can't imagine being.
Mike says Richard Pryor was one of the main writers of Blazing Saddles. Talk about movies that can't be made these days.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh, no doubt. No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Cleavon Little, that would not fly today at all. Don Proper Dickens says the Chappelle Show is not to be marginalized like Mad TV. It could play today and would be number one. Yeah, I'm never going to marginalize Chappelle.
I don't know. I'm not marginalizing it. I'm just saying
Well,
I don't think that it would. I don't think that a network would pick it up now.
Well,
Chappelle Show?
but it was Comedy Central, right?
Wildly inappropriate.
I
Like
know.
Clayton Bigsby, the black white supremacist.
Oh my God.
Like we couldn't do that now.
No. we couldn't do that now.
No, I'm just saying.
With just some minor modifications, you could change the wording maybe, and it would still be hilarious. I don't
You
know.
can't say the N word on TV, and that
No.
show was half the N word.
Well, Dave Chappelle can.
No, he can't on TV.
I think he can. Blake says
I don't
not with
think these
racist
days
and
that
homosexual
works.
jokes in the Chappelle Show. LOL, it wouldn't be allowed today for sure. Dude, we
Yeah.
were watching South Park last night. I don't know how long ago
Oh.
that was. 2008 or 9?
Yes.
Are.
Facts.
Yeah, and I'm like, you can't say that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna finish your bottle, Jay.
Justin O says, night, y'all. Great show, and thanks for featuring some amazing products. Cheers, y'all. There
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna finish it, Justin. I'm gonna leave him the last squirt.
Well, I think he was kind of flaunting the fact that he might have another bottle somewhere.
Oh.
So it does exist in the world?
Can I have it?
No!
Why I can't have it? Oh God.
Last drop, Jay. Last drop. I said I was finishing the bottle. Why you butthurt?
You got work tomorrow.
And I don't have to open, so I'm fine. Cheers. Cheers.
Why are we doing this?
Because it's delicious. That's what bourbon is for, is to drink, not sit around with like half an ounce on the shelf.
Chris M says Chappelle Show was on cable. FCC can kick rocks.
I'm not necessarily saying the FCC. I'm just saying
You'd think under Trump we'd definitely be able to get away with it at this point, for sure. Come on now.
we're not going political.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, he's not going to be one to like try to get involved in that stuff, right? Man, what
I
a
don't. Anyway.
hey!
About censorship.
This nose reminds me of the MCC blue label, but I
No,
know we're not
shit,
drinking
really?
that because we wouldn't be finishing it off.
Well, we're not drinking it because it's gone.
I'm just cuddling him.
He doesn't want
Daryl
that.
says, "Wait, did you miss my Billy Connolly comment? Look that shit up. Let's go sheep shagging."
I don't know who Billy Connolly
He's a
is.
fucking like European guy.
Oh no. Do I have to listen to somebody with an accent be funny?
Did you just do what I think you did, man?
No. The cat is being pissy.
I know who Billy Connolly is. I don't know. He's all right, I guess.
I'm not even touching him.
He probably got a lot of ass though.
I'm
I
not even
guess.
touching it.
Guys, I
so-
can't believe we're drinking this. This is
Let him
insane.
play with that.
I told you I want to preserve this bottle, and you just cashed it.
No, I'm not preserving a bottle when there's this much in it. That doesn't
It's a
make any sense.
4.0.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right, guys, I'm gonna enjoy it while I got it.
Yes, enjoy it while you have it. It's delicious.
Mike says Courtney said, "quote squirt."
I just squirted it in your glass.
What did you squirt?
The bourbon.
Oh, that's less exciting. Daryl says, "Pour me one."
Yes.
We can probably do that, bro.
Yes.
See if I can send it over the YouTubes.
Oh,
there,
the
my
YouTube
man.
channel?
YouTubes.
YouTube?
Don Proper Dickens says, "Heck no, Chappelle Show is cancel proof. He's bigger than the networks. That shit is crumbling."
Okay. Don, what you been drinking tonight? Don getting up in these chats.
Wait,
what you been
he's
drinking
right.
tonight?
Chappelle Show is the GOAT.
Yeah, and I agree.
Also, Eric G says,
Sounds like he's
in
eating,
today's
like,
pansy
vegetables.
world, I don't think Chappelle Show would fly. So damn funny, though.
It is so funny.
I would argue it's the funniest.
It is really funny. Still watch that shit. It's
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the racial draft like a couple weeks ago.
That is really funny.
The World Series of Dice. Me and Jeffrey are always quoting Leonard Washington to each other.
Mm.
My name's Leonard Washington. Where am I from? Little town called None of Your Goddamn Business.
What
Roll the
is
dice,
what is Tiger Woods say in the racial draft? Goodbye fried rice.
Hello, fried chicken.
chicken.
He said, it's so good to finally have a home. He has a black father and a Thai mother.
I
Yes.
did not know that.
The racial draft.
His father black, his mother Thai. I think that's what they say in that.
Goodbye fried rice.
He goes, for shizzle. Don says R.I.P. Norm. Enjoy the empty bottle, Jay. Let's roll. By the way, Norm had a biggest thing for O.J. Simpson. Like in an era where people were not sure how they felt about OJ.
Oh, that's what got him out of SNL.
Guy, he thought that guy was
Yeah.
100% guilty. And
Definitely. He went in hard on him. That doesn't sound right.
It's still confounding to me that OJ walked on the murder charge.
We know why.
Yeah, we got a pretty good idea why.
But
And
it's
because
crazy. We already had some really bad situations in
the detective, Mark Furman, is a complete piece of shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was also because of the LAPD.
Was not very well known for being racially fair.
True.
That era, absolutely
That is
not.
very true.
And you just. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Chris M. jumping in. Let's see. I remember seeing a 5-year-old tiger on That's Incredible way back in the 70s. That's incredible.
That's incredible, man.
Was her
That's back
name
in the
Mary
time.
Lee Crosby? What was her name?
I don't know what her name was.
Right.
Mary Lee Crosby?
I don't know the answer to that.
Did you watch that show?
Occasionally?
Was it Fran Tarkenton that was on that?
I don't know.
Fran Tarkenton, could it be? Kathy Lee Crosby. Fran Tarkenton.
John Davidson.
And John Davidson were the presenters of that show. I remember having kind of a crush on Kathy Lee Crosby. I see this picture right now, and she don't look hot to me. So I don't know. Let's see. Daryl thinks maybe Andy Kaufman. Oh, Blake reminds us. What about the White family name? The N-word.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
that one.
God.
I don't know if you get away with that one now.
No. That was really funny.
She said, "Oh, those boys you were shooting dice with? No, man. The people on the milk route." Oh. Raven says, "If the glove don't fit, you must have quit."
That is an amazing piece of defense attorneyness I've ever seen. Because that glove was not going to fit no matter what.
Yeah.
But
Daryl says OJ did not walk on the theft charge. It was actually
that is true. Not on the theft charge.
It wasn't theft. It was essentially armed robbery.
Yes, it was armed robbery.
It was armed was the problem.
Yeah, because he went in the hotel room to get his shit back, and he.
That's the story. Blake says we also mentioned the player haters ball where he said Rosie O'Donnell wears underwear with dimples. I use Blake, and I know Blake's a brain drainer. I use a line from or a clip, I should say, from the player haters ball all the time on the show where he says, "Well. If it isn't the most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi." I like using that one. That's pretty good. Yes. I love that the guy who wins player haters, the one who called the cops on the fucking crack house next door. Not because they were selling crack, but because he was missing out on the fucking money. That is pretty funny. Eric says Tom Segura is pretty freaking hilarious. I don't know who that is, man.
I don't know either.
Daryl says still missed Adam Sandler and Bill Burr. No, Adam Sandler's been discussed, and Bill Burr's been discussed. Adam Sandler's an incredible businessman. I just don't know he's a funny.
He's funny, but he's.
Look at this. Bridget W, last name redacted, says this is my favorite blend. Y'all rock. Love seeing Daryl on, and Aunt Kathy and Uncle Joe were on once. They found the current episode.
We love them. That's awesome. That's why we were blowing it out past the 24, Jay.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
We sure did enjoy seeing them tonight, Bridge, if they're still on.
Yeah, amazing.
And seeing your mom and dad, too, are awesome. It was just good having a bunch of, Weatherford associates.
Mm-hmm. Hanging.
Yeah, for sure. Don says, I want to be a hybrid Ron White and John Daly later in life. Hold on. John Daly, like the golfer?
Like the golfer?
In my attempt at Sheriff Andy Taylor doesn't work out.
I said Don's been drinking.
I don't know who Ron White is. I should know who Ron White is. I don't know. I kind of want to be Sam Kinison and Tom Selleck.
Oh, God. Sam Kinison.
I want to be the Tom Selleck of sports writers. I'm never going to get that.
What is that?
Tom Selleck is like a
was Magnum
ladies'
PI.
man from the early 80s.
He had like a wool broom. It was kind of gray.
You're like 8. So what
He had like a big, because he fucking pulled, man. Drove a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, flew a helicopter. He did a show with Angela Lansbury. He was pulling 20-year-olds and 80-year-olds, yo. It was all good. All right. What else we got? What else we got to discuss here, Miss Courtney?
Nothing.
I think that's about it, Jay.
Anything else of
Gotta
note
finish up your
to talk
fancy
about?
bourbon there.
Yeah, I know. I really wish you hadn't poured that out, but
Oh, well, I'm sure that we can figure something out for you.
I haven't been hydrating the way that I should have.
Yeah. You tend to do that.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen Love on the Spectrum, it is an amazing show. It might be my favorite show on TV.
It is so wholesome. It is so sweet. Like,
It is the most wholesome show on
if you
TV.
want a
Isn't that
feel-good
actually
show,
funny?
it's funny, it's sweet.
I think it's funny. Yeah.
Y'all, you should check it out. You can do it with the whole family.
It sounds, if I just explain to you what the show is, you're going to think it's exploitative. Be like, it's about autistic people trying to find
Love with other autistic people.
love with other autistic people.
Yes.
Which sound, if we said this in 1981, you'd be like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's done in a very caring, happy, affirming way.
It's really sweet.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
I strongly
It makes you
believe.
feel good. It's a feel-good show. Yes.
I mean, not the way you make me feel good, but. Don P says, Sandler was funny in 1990 as Toll Booth Willie. You had the tape or you didn't. I listened to Adam Sandler's tapes, not in 90 though, it was like mid-90s, but it was like the lunchroom lady and all that kind of stuff, Sloppy Joe and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Daryl says, left the casino, now at the hotel bar. Uber driver kicked me out, but I made it.
He's alive! He's alive!
So he was at the casino, I believe, out in Catoosa, at the Hard Rock Cafe in outer Tulsa. I wonder where his hotel bar is. I think he's downtown-ish.
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter. We're just happy that he's good. Eric G says, it is a good watch. Talking about Love on the Spectrum. Like Courtney said, very wholesome.
Yes.
It is very
It is
wholesome.
wholesome.
I
It
like
is
pretty
sweet.
much
It's-
everybody on there except
We
James.
don't see much of that on TV anymore, and that's just sweet.
Renan says, if that doesn't seem to be your cup of tea, try
No,
1,000 Pound
no,
Sisters.
no, Raven.
They're funny.
No, Raven. They're not
I
1,000
like- is
pounds
that the-
anymore.
do they have the doctor on there?
No, that's a different one.
a
That's
different one?
my 600-pound life. That's Dr. Now who says, you do not need to worry if you haven't eaten. You've eaten enough for 3 years.
That guy.
Like on 1,000-Pound Sisters. Long story short, the doctor goes, "Do you think you may be pregnant?" And one girl goes, "Yeah, I've been having these cravings like for water." And
Water.
the sister goes, "Bitch, you're dehydrated."
Hey, you better
pretty
be
good.
careful with your B words.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. If you want to feel better about yourself, Eric says, watch Love After Lockup.
Instead of Love on the Spectrum.
Love after lockup is
Is that
Daryl
where they
says
meet people? Is
T-Pain
that,
buy you a drink should be the opening bit for future reference.
I have a question. Like,
T-Pain's from Tallahassee, by the way.
if you want the Love After Lockup, I don't know obviously it's about being in jail, but are they the girls that like send love letters and have never met and then they...
No, they're usually together before they go to jail.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
No, and then they stay with them for like 10 years while they're in jail.
Oh,
How do you get it on
wow.
over a 10-year period?
They have conjugal visits in California.
So what happens at a conjugal visit?
You have your own private room and you get to do the deed.
You got like 5 minutes to hit the skins? Or whatever?
Like an hour. I don't know how long it is. Maybe there's a timer. I don't know. The door opens. Time's up.
I'd rather I need a Geiger counter.
That's
Is
their
what I
problem.
need.
I don't know. Yeah, really. So anyway,
All right, are we Gucci?
I think we're good.
Are we good for next week, Miss Courtney?
We are good for next week. We will be here next week.
Oh, look at Bridgie.
Yes.
Oh, Bridgie's still here. It says Johnny's
Johnny's
out.
out. That's my friend.
We're so glad to have you still here, Bridge.
Yes.
Enjoyed seeing you and
It was
your whole
fun
family
tonight. We
It
had a
was
great time. And
Except for your sister and your brother-in-law, but that's cool. They couldn't make it tonight. I said the whole family.
oh,
wasn't
okay,
everybody.
gotcha. Anyway, we had a great show.
Thank you guys
Appreciate
for
y'all
having
for
here.
participating.
At one point, we had like 35,000 people here.
I know.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did. And my cheek.
Idge.
I always know it's a good show when my cheekbones hurt because I've been laughing.
So thank you guys for hanging. We'll be back next Thursday with good vibes.
Good vibes.
We're the
Good
happiest.
bourbon?
Are we the happiest couple you guys know?
And I don't know about that.
We
but,
sure do love hanging out.
We like hanging out. Here we go.
Oh,
Thank y'all for joining us.
yeah. You want me to turn it off? Okay.
Have a great week. We will see you next Thursday. And cheers.